Define Splunk components. Splunk only does three things. One, it will ingest the data. Number two, parse, indexes and stores the data, runs searches on indexed data. Just remember that each component serves one of these three main functions. There are two categories of Splunk as far as the Splunk components are concerned. One would be processing components. Second is a management components. Under processing components category, we have a forwarder, indexer and search head. In the management components, we have monitoring console, deployment server, license master, cluster master and deployer. Now let's talk about each one of them. First would be forwarders. Forwarders forward the data from one Splunk component to another. This could be from source system to an indexer or indexer cluster. From a source system directly to search head. There are two types of forwarders. One is universal forwarder, second is heavy forwarder. Universal forwarder will not have any kind of graphical user interface, whereas heavy forwarder will have the GUI. Universal forwarder will not have the capability of parsing the data before sending it to the indexer, whereas heavy forwarder will have the capability of parsing the data. In universal forwarder, it is lighter in weight, whereas heavy forwarder, we can say that it has the capability of dealing heavy amount of data. These three are the brief difference that you can talk about of these two forwarders, universal forwarder and the heavy forwarder. The indexers index and stores the data in a distributed environment, reside and dedicated machines, can also clustered and independent. Clustered indexes are known as peer nodes. What is search head? Search head manages search requests from the users and distributes the searches across indexers, consolidate the results from the indexers. Now let's talk about deployment server. Centralized configuration manager. It manages deployment apps for clients configured through the forward management interface. These are the couple of points that we can talk about a deployment server. Now comes license master, which is a very important when it comes to Splunk components. License master, centralized license master. Clients are called license slaves, manages license pools and stacks. Now let's talk about indexer cluster master. Indexer cluster master. It manages index clusters. Number one, coordinate activities within the cluster. Number two, and manages data replication as well. It manages buckets for clusters, handles updates for our indexer cluster. Now the next one, search head cluster deployer. Manages business and apps for the search head cluster members. This is how Splunk scales, not a member of a cluster. So these are the Splunk components that we can talk about in this video. We can also talk about little deeper on these components in future videos also. Now, if you see, every Splunk component is built using a Splunk enterprise. It's only a matter of configuration. That's all I have in this video, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.